Youorns. Greetings, fellow Watford fans. Omar here, and it's time for the Youorns Friday Focus on Watford versus Middlesbrough at the Vic on Saturday, September the 30th. And yes, the final day of September sees Watford take on a Middlesbrough side who won just once in the Championship this season. That was just the last time out when they beat Southampton by 2-1. Now, Middlesbrough will be looking to build upon that and continue their run of unbeaten games because they've played a few games in the Carabao Cup and in the Championship. And I think it's 3 or 4 unbeaten now at last count. Most recently, a win in the midweek against Bradford, a 2-0 win away from home that has bolstered Middlesbrough's credentials as a team that really should be in the other end of the table. This is just like last season for Middlesbrough. They started very poorly last season, and then they began to rise and push for the playoffs. And they really did fight very hard to get there and get very close to doing some special things under their manager, Michael Carrick, who definitely wins a reprieve here now for Middlesbrough's recent uptick in form. And they will look to continue that against the Watford side, who were not impressive by any stretch of the imagination against Leeds United last time out. Now, Watford will not have Ken Summer. He's expected to be back after the international break. His injury is a prolonged issue. And Reece Healy, I think, despite playing for the under-21, starting for them this week, I don't expect to see Reece Healy on the match day squad. And if he happens to be there, I don't expect him to be logging any real minutes, but I could be completely wrong about that. The key for Watford tomorrow is to attack and attack and attack and keep giving Middlesbrough's goalkeeper a lot to do and keep giving the Middlesbrough defense a lot to think about and a lot to do. Put them under pressure from the word go, from the opening whistle. That's going to be the key to victory if Watford are to get 3 points tomorrow against a Middlesbrough side that's dogged, a Middlesbrough side that has some talented players in there like McCree, who is going to give, I think, Watford's defense fits in this game tomorrow. So they'll have to be ready for him because he is a handful. And you're going to have to be looking at a Middlesbrough side that is very physical and also quite aggressive on and off the ball. So I think Middlesbrough's role is going to be to play disruptor and try to smash and grab. Watford are going to need to be patient, but Watford are going to have to enforce the rhythm from the very start. The plan of attack, the way they conduct themselves and put themselves about on the pitch is going to be everything tomorrow for Watford. And I think that they can get the 3 points if they stick to the plan of coming out full attack, taking some chances against the Middlesbrough side who can pick you off on the counter, and continuing to give that defense in Middlesbrough's team no peace at all. And that's how Watford are going to have to win this game against the Middlesbrough side, who look like they have found a good groove and a good rhythm. Watford, on the other hand, they've not really found a good groove or rhythm so far. They did go 3 games without a defeat. That was the longest unbeaten run they've had this season, but they still haven't settled yet into a rhythm. But Val is shaping an identity, and you can see what he's trying to do on the pitch. It may take these lads still another couple of games to get used to it, to be completely comfortable. But Watford need to eliminate mistakes from their game, and they've got to get tighter and tougher in defense. And game management, once again, will also be a key. No silly free kicks, no silly yellow cards, and make the right decision and be careful about how you make that decision and how it manifests itself. You do not want to give away silly goals, silly penalties, any opportunity to give a Middlesbrough side a sniff at this game. Watford must score first tomorrow, and they must score at least twice, I think, to get past Middlesbrough. If Watford do not score twice in this game tomorrow, they could well end up on the losing end of it. So Watford, the choice is yours tomorrow at the Vic against Middlesbrough. This has been the Youorns Friday Focus.